I was washing dishes when my fiancée dropped the most arrogant bombshell I'd ever heard in our 3-year relationship. You know what, Ethan? I could replace you in 24 hours. Literally, there are guys lined up waiting for me to be single. What happened next destroyed her entire world and led to the most satisfying revenge story you'll ever hear. And wait until you find out who I ended up with. It's someone she never saw coming. We were arguing about her spending $1,200 on a designer bag when we were supposed to be saving for our wedding. Normal couple stuff, right? Wrong. Kelsey slammed her fresh manicure on the counter with this smug expression that made my blood boil. She actually believed she was doing me a favor by being with me. I stopped washing, turned off the water, and dried my hands slowly. "Prove it," I said. She laughed, that specific mean girl laugh she did when she thought she'd won. "What? You said 24 hours. Prove it. We're done." Clock starts now. I checked my phone. 7:23 p.m. Wednesday. Her face went through about 6 different expressions: confusion, amusement, anger, then this smug confidence that made my decision even easier. "You're bluffing," she said. "You wouldn't leave me. You can't even match your socks without me." I walked to our bedroom and started packing. She followed me, listing all the reasons I'd fail without her. "You don't even know the Netflix password. Your mom likes me more than you. Good luck finding someone who looks like me. I'm the one who got you that promotion. You're literally nothing without me." That last one made me pause. Not because it hurt, but because I realized she actually believed it. I finished packing in under an hour. 3 years, and everything I cared about fit in 2 suitcases and a backpack, while Kelsey continued her rant. I texted my buddy Jerome, asking if I could crash at his place. But here's where it gets interesting. And trust me, you're not going to believe what happens next. As I was leaving, my phone buzzed. It was a text from Adrian, Kelsey's best friend, the one Kelsey always called her untouchable model friend because she was supposedly too pretty for regular guys and only dated millionaires and athletes. "Heard you're single now. Kelsey's already posting about it. You okay?" I replied that I was heading to Jerome's. "Come to mine instead." "We need to talk now," she responded. Adrian and I had always been cool. She was actually the one who introduced Kelsey and me 3 years ago at her birthday party. But Kelsey had made it very clear that Adrian was off limits to even be friends with. Red flag I ignored. Obviously, I showed up at Adrian's apartment at 9 p.m. She opened the door in sweats and a messy bun, looking nothing like the Instagram model Kelsey always showed off. "Before you say anything," she started, "I need to tell you something I should have said 2 years ago." She pulled out her phone and showed me a text thread with Kelsey from 2022. My stomach dropped. The messages were devastating. Kelsey talking about how I was getting too comfortable, mentioning she was keeping some lawyer guy from her Pilates class as backup. "Ethan's good, but good doesn't pay for Mykonos trips. He's stable enough until I find better. Plus, his credit score is perfect. Already added myself to his Amex as an authorized user. Lol." There were dozens more messages about plans to upgrade from me, jokes about my salary, screenshots of her Hinge profile that she'd kept active but hidden, messages about some dude named Tanner she was keeping warm as backup. I felt sick reading it all. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. Adrian looked genuinely pained. I tried. Remember that dinner where I kept saying you deserved someone who appreciated you? Kelsey threatened to tell everyone I used to escort in college if I said anything explicit. It's not true, but she had fake evidence she'd created. Then she said something that changed everything. I've been in love with you since that birthday party, but I introduced you to her instead because I thought she'd be better for you. God, I'm such an idiot. The confession hung in the air between us. Here was this incredible woman who'd been silently watching me be with someone who saw me as a placeholder. The 24-hour deadline passed, and oh boy, the entertainment was just beginning. First, let me tell you what happened with Adrienne and me. We didn't immediately jump into anything. She let me crash in her guest room. We talked until 4 a.m. about everything. She showed me 3 years of her private journal entries, with her permission, about watching me be with Kelsey. It was heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. But the real show was Kelsey's replacement speedrun, and Adrienne was screenshotting everything and sending them to me. Hour 123. Kelsey posted a thirst trap on Instagram with single and ready to mingle. Taking applications, got over 200 likes and about 50 DMs from desperate dudes. Hour 4 to 6. She posted stories from 3 different bars asking where are all the real men at. The videos got progressively sloppier as the night went on. Hour 7 to 12. She matched with over 30 guys on dating apps and posted screenshots bragging about her options. Hour 13 to 16. Brought some guy named Kyle home. He looked like he sold protein powder out of his truck. She posted a story of his back with upgrade complete already. Hour 17 to 20. Kyle left. Kelsey posted and deleted a crying selfie, then posted "Know Your Worth, ladies." Hour 21 to 24 was full panic mode. She started texting me from 3 different numbers. I kept blocking them. The messages went from "I win, I replaced you" to "Can we talk?" to "This isn't what I meant." The 24 hours ended at 7:23 p.m. Thursday. At 7:24 p.m., Adrienne posted a photo of us having dinner. Nothing romantic, just 2 friends eating sushi with the caption "Good company." My phone exploded. Kelsey called Adrienne immediately, screaming. Adrienne put it on speaker so I could hear the meltdown. "You backstabbing whore. He's mine. You literally dumped him, Kels. Also, we're just having dinner. I didn't dump him. It was a fight, and you know girl code. Girl code doesn't apply when you treat people like disposable objects." Kelsey hung up and immediately started a smear campaign. She posted that Adrienne had been stalking me and sabotaging our relationship. She tagged all their mutual friends and made a whole Instagram highlight called "Betrayal." Then came the text to me, "Your little rebound won't last. Adrienne only wants you to get back at me. She's been with half the city. I was testing you, and you failed. My mom already bought her mother of the bride dress. You have 48 hours to apologize, or I'm keeping the ring." About that ring. I had bought it, but hadn't proposed yet. It was in my apartment. We didn't live together yet, thank God. But the best part was her mom, Diane, calling me. "Ethan, sweetheart, what's this about you abandoning my daughter? She said she could replace me in 24 hours. Diane, I took her at her word. That's just how she expresses anxiety. You know she didn't mean it. She posted herself with another man on Instagram within 16 hours. That's She's grieving. Take her back. No thanks. Diane, you'll never find another girl like her. That's literally the point. She hung up on me. Kelsey went completely nuclear after that. First, she tried to get me fired. She called my company, claiming I'd been stealing company time for personal dates and harassing female employees. Problem? I work from home, and my boss is my cousin Rick, who's known me since I was 5. Rick called me laughing so hard he couldn't breathe. Bro, she said you were creating a hostile work environment with your toxic masculinity. You haven't even been to the office in 6 months. Then she tried the sympathy route. She posted that she was healing from narcissistic abuse and started a whole series about recognizing emotional manipulation. Her friend Brittany even started a podcast episode about it. They didn't use my name, but said certain people show their true colors when rejected. Meanwhile, Adrian and I were actually falling for each other. Real, genuine feelings, not the rebound nonsense, Kelsey claimed. We'd go on long walks where she'd teach me about her photography work. I'd cook dinner for her, and turns out I'm pretty good at it when someone's not criticizing every move I make. We kept it completely platonic for those first 2 weeks. Just friends, processing everything that had happened. But then Kelsey showed up at Adrian's building at 11 p.m. one night. Security called up saying there was a distressed woman claiming her stolen property was in Adrian's apartment. We looked at the security camera feed. There was Kelsey, mascara running down her face, holding a box and looking absolutely unhinged. Adrian told security not to let her up. But Kelsey started screaming in the lobby about how we were holding her grandmother's ashes hostage. Her grandmother is very much alive and well in Florida, by the way. Security asked her to leave. She refused. They called the cops. While waiting for police, she went on Instagram Live from the lobby. I'm here trying to get my belongings from my best friend who stole my fiancé, and they're calling the cops on me. About 200 people were watching, including her mom, who kept commenting, "Stay strong, baby." The cops arrived and asked her what belongings were being kept from her. She said her emotional support hair straightener, a hoodie that was basically hers, 3 years of memories, and her future. The officer looked absolutely exhausted. "Ma'am, do you have any actual property in that apartment? Is he being held against his will? He's being manipulated." They made her leave. She tried to refuse. They warned her about trespassing. She called them fascists. They escorted her out while the Instagram Live was still going. Everyone saw her get put in the back of a cop car, not arrested, just removed from the property. "Tyler, didn't you say you could replace him in 24 hours? It's been 2 weeks, sis." She blocked him live while sitting in the cop car. The whole thing was absolutely unhinged, and it was all recorded for posterity. Kelsey found out about the engagement ring I'd planned to give her through my ex-roommate, Brad, who ran into her at a coffee shop. She did her whole victim performance, and Brad, sweet idiot that he is, mentioned I'd been planning to propose before the breakup. She completely lost her mind and started telling everyone I'd stolen her engagement and owed her a wedding. She posted on her story, asking for donations to heal from stolen dreams with her Venmo and Cash App handles. People actually sent money, like $300 total. Her friend group started planning a revenge wedding where she'd marry herself to reclaim her power. I'm not joking. There were actual invitations, a registry, everything. But then karma came in like a wrecking ball. Remember Kyle, the protein powder guy from her 24-hour replacement attempt? Turns out he was married. His wife Jessica found the Instagram posts, and Jessica was creative with her revenge. She didn't just confront Kelsey, she signed her up for every MLM presentation in a 50-mile radius. Kelsey's phone and email got flooded with opportunities for essential oils, leggings, supplements, and financial freedom. But Jessica wasn't done. She found out where Kelsey worked and sent them screenshots of all her posts during work hours, the thirst traps, time-stamped at 2 p.m. on workdays, the live videos from the lobby incident, the donation-seeking posts. Kelsey got put on a performance improvement plan. Meanwhile, Adrian and I made it official. We didn't announce it or anything, just quietly became a couple. But Kelsey's other model friend, Simone, saw us at a farmer's market, holding hands, and immediately reported back. Kelsey's response was to create a 42-slide PowerPoint presentation about why Adrian was a toxic friend and send it to their entire friend group. This PowerPoint was absolutely unhinged. It included screenshots from 2019 where Adrian said Kelsey's haircut wasn't flattering, a chart of every time Adrian betrayed her, including things like didn't like my Instagram post fast enough, a timeline suggesting Adrian had been planning to steal me since day one, badly photoshopped evidence of Adrian with random men, and a slide titled "Why I'm Actually the Victim Here" with 15 bullet points. Most people laughed at it, but her mom Diane shared it on Facebook with the truth about fake friends. The PowerPoint backfired spectacularly when someone noticed she'd accidentally admitted to lying about several things, including claiming she made more money than she did, saying I was bad in bed to make her side pieces feel special, lying about having a trust fund, and creating a fake recommendation letter for her job. Her company saw the PowerPoint, and the performance improvement plan became a termination notice. 6 months later, I need you to understand the level of delusion we're dealing with here. Kelsey started a YouTube channel called Thriving After Betrayal, where she gave relationship advice. The first video was about how to spot a future cheater, where she literally described her own behaviors but attributed them all to me. The comments were absolutely brutal. Girl, you said you could replace him in 20 hours. This is the same woman from that lobby. Video sis is giving emotional damage. The projection is IMAX level. She deleted comments for 3 days straight, then turned them off entirely. Her self-marriage actually happened. 12 people showed up, including her mom, her sister, and a bunch of people who just wanted to witness the train wreck. She wore a $3,000 dress she couldn't afford, made vows to herself about never settling for less than she deserves, and had a first dance alone to thank you. Next, the DJ, who was her cousin, posted the whole thing on TikTok. It went viral for all the wrong reasons. Someone added the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. Another person dubbed it with footage of the Titanic sinking. The internet is absolutely ruthless. But here's the thing, she still couldn't replace me. Every guy she dated lasted a maximum of 2 weeks. Her Instagram became a graveyard of deleted couple photos. She'd post them with captions like, "Finally found my king," then delete them days later when things inevitably fell apart. There was Marcus, the crypto bro, who turned out to be $50,000 in debt. Alejandro, who she caught diming her sister. Keith, who brought his mom on their third date. Some dude named Phoenix, who only spoke in motivational quotes. A 22-year-old TikToker who called her auntie during sex, which apparently was the final straw for her. Meanwhile, Adrian and I moved in together. We got a cat named Dumpling and started a little herb garden on the balcony. Normal, boring, beautiful couple stuff that Kelsey never would have appreciated. Kelsey found out about us living together through LinkedIn of all places, when Adrian updated her address for some professional thing. The meltdown was spectacular. She emailed my mother a 6-page essay about how I was ruining my future and making a mistake, and how she was willing to forgive me if I came back. My mom forwarded it to me with just, "This girl needs therapy. Also, bring Adrian to Sunday dinner. Love you." Exactly 24 months after Kelsey said she could replace me in 24 hours. She texted me from her 17th new number. "I know you'll read this. I'm getting married next month to a surgeon who drives a Tesla and has a house in the hills. I won. Just thought you should know." I didn't respond, but I was curious enough to do some digging. The surgeon was a first-year medical student named Dennis. The Tesla was a 2015 Model S with 100,000 miles on it. The house in the hills was his parents' pool house. But honestly, good for her if she's happy. What she doesn't know is that Adrian and I got engaged 2 weeks before that text. Real engaged, with a ring and everything. A simple proposal at the farmer's market, where we had our first official date. We didn't post about it or make big announcements, just told our families and close friends. We're living our life without the performance. Her mom, Diane, found out through the grapevine and called me yesterday, not to congratulate us, but to ask if we'd consider a double wedding to save money. I laughed so hard I dropped my phone. "Diane, your daughter said she could replace me in 24 hours. It's been 24 months. People make mistakes. Ethan, this isn't a mistake, Diane. This is consequences." She hung up, but not before muttering something about how some people can't forgive. The wedding planning continued for Kelsey and Dennis. She made a whole wedding website where the Our Story section was particularly creative. Apparently, they met when the stars aligned after they'd both survived toxic relationships. She referred to her past as learning experiences with narcissists. Seemed nice enough. From what Adrian told me, she actually knew him from some photography work she'd done for his medical school. But last week, the universe delivered one final dose of poetic justice. Remember that engagement ring I'd bought for Kelsey? The one she demanded in her angry texts. I'd returned it months ago, taken the financial loss, moved on, and used some of that money to buy Adrian's ring. Smaller, simpler, but actually meaningful. Well, Kelsey's sister Emma reached out to Adrian with some interesting information. Turns out Kelsey had been telling Dennis that I'd stolen a family heirloom ring from her, that her grandmother's 3-carat diamond was sitting in my apartment collecting dust. Dennis, being a genuinely good guy, offered to buy her a replacement that would be even better to help her heal from the trauma. Emma knew this was complete nonsense because their grandmother is very much alive and wears her rings daily. But she kept quiet until she saw what Dennis actually bought. A 1/2-carat ring that he went into debt for, because Kelsey insisted she needed at least 2 carats to properly heal from her trauma. Emma sent Adrian screenshots of Kelsey crying to their mom about the tiny ring and how she deserved so much better. After everything she'd been through, Dennis found out about all the lies last Tuesday when Emma finally couldn't take it anymore and told him the truth. The wedding was immediately called off. Kelsey is back on dating apps with a bio that says, "No time for games." Previous engagement stolen by bitter ex and his homewrecker girlfriend. Looking for a real man who can handle a real woman. The delusion continues at maximum levels. It's been 24 months now. She still hasn't replaced me. Not because I'm irreplaceable, but because she never saw me as a person to begin with. Just a role to be filled, a checkbox on her life plan, a stable foundation while she shopped around for something better. Adrian and I are getting married next spring. Small ceremony, close friends and family. No PowerPoints, no Instagram lives from apartment lobbies, no self-marriage backup plans required. Just two people who actually see each other as humans worth loving. To everyone asking why I didn't see the red flags sooner, I did. I just thought loving someone meant accepting their flaws. Turns out there's a big difference between flaws and fundamental character issues. Kelsey, if you're reading this, and according to Emma, you check my social media daily. Your 24 hours ran out 730 days ago. Maybe it's time to stop counting. Also, Dennis was a good guy. You should have tried actually caring about him instead of what he represented. But that would require seeing people as humans rather than accessories to your life story. One more thing. Adrian wasn't secretly in love with me to hurt you. She was secretly in love with me, despite being your friend. There's a difference there. One you'll probably never understand because it requires empathy. I'm going to go water my herb garden now and cuddle my cat with my fiancée, who sees me as a person, not a placeholder. The herbs are thriving. Dumpling hasn't eaten any of them yet. And life is genuinely good when you're with someone who values you for who you are rather than what you can provide. Dennis reached out to thank me for inadvertently helping him dodge a bullet. We're not becoming best friends or anything, but I wished him well. He's dating a nice girl from his study group now who actually appreciates him. Kelsey found out about his new relationship and posted about betrayal in the medical community. The delusion train keeps on rolling, but at least now it's someone else's problem. The 24-hour replacement promise became a 24-month disaster, and honestly, I couldn't have written a better ending if I'd tried.